A few years ago, a friend of mine asked me, why don't you record an album just with women composers? I was hooked from the first moment and dove into the project. When I started my research with the help of the biggest archive for female composers, I was shocked and thrilled. Thrilled because of the sheer multitude of brilliant women composers from all over the world through all centuries, and shocked because I've never heard of most of them, not even in my musical studies at the university. My new album, Femme, is devoted to great women of classical music. There are many wonderful female composers, perhaps you know Clara Schumann or Fanny Hensel, but I discovered outstanding music of less known women composers. Do you know, for example, Nadia Boulanger student Grażyna Bacewicz, or Clara Schumann's best friend Pauline Viardot-Garcia? Or do you know the Afro-American women Dolores White and Florence Price, or the Scandinavian composers Laura Netzel or Henriette Bosmans? There's so much wonderful music to discover, and that's why I present on Femme 23 women composers from the Middle Ages till today. Maria Antonia Walpurgis lived in the 18th century and was the Princess of Bavaria and the Electress of Saxony. She was a real multi-talent. She was a writer, a librettist, a singer, and also a composer and a painter. Amy Beach was an American composer and a women's rights activist. Her Gallic Symphony was published in 1896 and was the first symphony ever composed and published by a woman in America. It was in the late 19th century that she was forced into an arranged marriage and was not allowed to give more than one public concert a year. Also, she had to publish her works under the name of her husband. Immediately after his death, she set out on a concert tour through Europe and became a fierce champion of women's rights. And she composed over 300 works, of course, published under her own name. And I found my personal dream team for Femme. I recorded the album with the mesmerizing orchestra, Festival Strings Luzern, and their wonderful concertmaster and artistic director Daniel Dodds, as well as Julian Ream, who played the piano and did all the arrangements for the album. My wish is that you discover female composers, their wonderful and touching life stories, and their brilliant music. Music that should be heard much more often also in concerts. Enjoy the journey.